Okay, friends, Carla here from Documenting the Journey. This is going to be an interesting one because I am going to attempt to make dividers for my bullet journal out of vellum. I have not done this before. I've thought about it and I have an idea in my brain of like how to do it and what to expect, but I also have never done it and I don't know what I'm doing. So hopefully it works. Okay, so basically my idea in my brain is that I'm going to cut vellum to an A5 size, add a tab to it, and tip it in. Hopefully it will work. I have multiple tabs. I got these just from Jet Pens, and then I have these here from Aura Estelle. I don't know really which ones I'm going to use quite yet, but I've got plenty of options. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know if this is gonna be an epic fail or what it's gonna be. I think that what I'm going to start with is choosing a vellum that is uncut and then cut it down to an A5 size and just kind of go from there. So the dividers I'm interested in creating are going to be to separate out all of my monthlies, and then I want a tab because you can see I'm using sticky notes and they're just tearing up. And then I want a tab that says where my weeklies and hourlies begin, and then I want another tab that says where all of my dailies begin. And then I'm going to create, hopefully, tabs for all of these sticky notes. But I think that we're just going to start with the first three, the monthly, the weeklies, and the dailies. And so first thing I need to do is cut this to a 5 size, and I think maybe I might want, I like this one. I think I'll use this one for my monthlies. I just have this paper cutter that I bought from Amazon. It's a Fiskars. I actually purchased it because I saw Cynthia from Cynthia Plans using it, and it just looked super freaking easy. And so I'm going to just measure this out real quick and then cut it to size, and then I'll kind of see if it fits in my notebook. All right, so I just used a pre-cut A5 size piece of paper to measure it off. And then let me see what it's gonna look like. So here's the problem that I have with my bullet journal and the way I set it up is I didn't leave any blank pages and I just went from one page to the next. So if I put it here, it is going to be inside of my year at a glance spread. But if I put it here, it's going to be inside of my January spread. And clearly I do not know how to cut because this overhangs a little bit, which is fine. I will just trim it down. So let's see what size. Okay, so apparently the Zequenz notebooks is not a perfect A5 size, which is just fine. So I do want to be kind of as precise as I possibly can because I really am not interested in having any vellum overhang because the vellum will just tear. All right, so I'm just kind of eyeballing, even though I said I just wanted to be as precise as possible. I'm eyeballing it now. So I think about 1 centimeter needs to come off. So let's try that and see what this looks like. And I think that what I'll end up doing is I think I will end up putting it inside of my year at a glance because I really only look at it every so often. So it's not like a huge thing that I look at. Okay, so let's check this out. If I tip this in, I don't have any overhang here, but I've got just a little bit. Well, actually, I don't have any overhang on the edges either. Okay, this is great. So this notebook came with pre-rounded corners, which honestly is just fine because I have a corner rounder that I can use on the vellum. So I'm going to use this one as a template for my other ones that I'm going to choose. So I'm going to use this one for my monthly, and then I think I'll use maybe this one for my weeklies. And then I'll choose one for my dailies as well here in just a second. So I've got those three. Okay, so I think now we're going to tip them in. So I've got some double-sided tape here, and I just need to see if I want to use, I think I'm going to use the 2mm for this project. And then, like I said, I am going to tip them in. I'm going to just do it in the middle of this because I don't think that that will bother me too much that it's in the middle of this. Either way, it's pretty. I love florals. Florals win all the time with me, so I don't think it's going to bother me. Okay, I do need to find my tape. Where did I just put my 2mm tape? Underneath my vellum. Okay, so when I do my tip-ins, I just need to make sure that the printed copy is up, and I need to make sure that it is oriented kind of how I want it. Okay, I think I want it this way, so I'm gonna put the tape on this side. All right. Then after I do this, I will use one of those little stickies for a divider, like little tab. I'm a little nervous about the tabs because the tabs are also paper tabs. And so that makes me a little bit nervous. And so I'm gonna also see if the Aura Estelle plastic tabs would work. My worry about the plastic tabs is just that they're much larger, but I'm wondering if I'll be okay with larger tabs for the 3 main categories, and then maybe use the smaller tabs for the smaller categories. I don't know. I'm really just kind of making this up as I go. This piece of tape on me. Okay. So I think I'm actually going to take this out of the cover as well so I can do some extra good smashing. I never realized that this wasn't a perfect A5. Okay, but that's okay. All right. We'll just make sure again that we're not going to have any overhang, and I don't. Okay. So then I'll just peel off this side. And then I'm basically just making sure that the page is even on the height and I guess the height on both sides. Okay. Perfect. Oh, I love it. Okay, this is fabulous. Okay, now what tab are we going to use? So I originally wanted to go with these tabs. But again, the problem is they're paper. So I almost wonder if I can cut these and use the paper tab underneath. No, I guess that paper tab underneath it would be pretty pointless. Oh, I don't know which tabs to use. Sorry, this is just, for me, it's easier sometimes to peel things off when the backing is not on there, and especially when I peel something off and I need to put it back. Okay, go away backing. So I'm gonna just put it this way. Okay. So if I did, oh, I guess it doesn't stick out that much, but it is fairly large. You know what? I'm going to do it. We're just going to go with it. Worst comes to worst, I can figure out, I could try to figure out maybe how to remove it later. I am right now looking for my permanent marker. Okay, so I'm going to write on here. I need to figure out how to write it. So I'm going to stick the tab this way. And I want the word, do I want the word facing in or facing out? Now I feel like I need to find a tabbed planner, which I don't own, to see which way the words are facing. I guess I can make my own choice. All right, I'm gonna stick it here. It's gonna be folded over. I want the tab, the facing in, I think. Okay, so I'm just gonna write the word months. And I didn't center it perfectly, of course, so I just wrote month. All right. So now I'm second guessing on whether I wanted the word facing in or not. Why is it that, like, when you do projects like this, it's just a total, like, overthinking game? I overthink everything. Okay. So one thing I am nervous about is folding this. It's not like perforated or anything, and I'm really worried about not getting it even. I think next time I do this, I'm probably going to put the tab on before I tip in my page. Yeah, see, it's not even. Shoot. So I had previous past tense, I had really cool tabs from Jaboon that were amazing because they were kind of like folded at the crease already, and it went on completely perfectly. I'm sorry if my like head is in the way. I don't even know what's happening up there on the camera. Because right now this is not super perfect. Okay. Actually, I kind of like it. Okay. Oh my gosh, that makes me feel good that I like it. All right, so those are all my months. And then let's make the tab for my weeks. Let's see, how did I orient my tab? I wrote it this way. And then I'll just write days on this one. All right, so let's go ahead and do the same thing with this. So let me figure out which way I want this one oriented. I like it like that. And then with this, of course, because I am the overthinker, I'm gonna pretend tip it in, and then I am going to try and line up what is that? No, that's my travel. Okay. And then I'm going to try and line up this so it is even. Oh, fudge. Y'all, this is super hard to do on camera. All right, let's get some double-sided tape on that guy. Just here. This side. tiny in kitchen desk is super duper not ideal for projects like this, but it is what I have, and I am making it work. Okay. Ooh, I'm loving it already. Months, weeks, perfect, 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 perfect. Okay, let's go to my days. You can see that this sticky note tab has seen much better days. You can't even read daily logs on there. Okay, this is like a fun game of hide and seek on all of my supplies. Ooh, that one is short. Why is that one short? Did I save the wrong one? Nope. Why is this one short? Is it the same size as these? Oh, it is. I don't know what I did different. Hang on, I gotta find the beginning of my days again. Here. Oh, well, maybe it's not. Oh, it is short. Okay, hang on. What am I doing differently with this piece of paper that I did not do differently with this one? Okay, so this is weird. It looks like it's, oh, I know why. I didn't think of this. So this is a curved spine. So the middle pages are a couple of millimeters longer because of the way the curve is. So the pages out here are shorter. That's why. Oh, shoot. I didn't think of that. So it is a little bit short. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tip it out further and deal with it. Okay. Come on, sticky. Oh gosh. I am not sure I will be filming my next planner project because this is super freaking hard. It's uneven and it tore. Oh gosh. Oh, don't be ruined. I don't want to do you again. Okay, so when I do the tip in for this one, I'm just going to tip it out just a touch farther. Which I think will be fine because I'm using super, super skinny tape. Oh, that got a little crinkly. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to kind of do it backwards a little bit. Is I'm going to line it up with this page and the sides. And we're just going to go with that. So this page was not actually going to be used anyway, and so there is a difference in the way it is tipped in. So you can see at the very beginning of the book, the pages are larger. by a couple of millimeters, and this one you can see the grid page, which honestly I'll be okay with. I would have been okay with if I would have done it right. Fudge. But I tipped it out too far. I think the book moved when I closed it. Okay, so the tape stuck on the page. All right, let's try this again. Okay, so much better. Okay, so I've got all my months, I've got all of my weeks, and I've got all of my days. That's better because it's actually a little bit less obvious now. Okay, now the question is, that was a huge pain. Do I want to create the rest of the tabs? I really do, but I need to determine which tabs I'm going to create. So I think I will create one of these that just say notes pages or lists. I'm not sure what I will designate it to because I have a lot of different tabs back here. So let's find, I think this is the end. Let's find the end of my days first. This is the current days. And I also have an index at the front, and my dailies end on 232, which is here. Okay, so I will create another vellum page that will have a tab that just says, I think maybe notes. How did I write it? I wrote it on the large side. Okay, so I will choose this one. Oh, no, I like that. Nope, this one. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if I can keep track of all my stuff this time. Okay, slight overhang. So I'm going to trim off just another itty bitty. All right, I'm realizing as I'm doing this and thinking about all of this stuff in my head, there's gonna be a lot of really awkward, quiet times in this video. Sorry about that. I'll try when I'm doing the editing stuff. I actually don't edit very much anymore. I really don't like editing videos. I've never enjoyed editing videos. And I've just decided that my life is the way my life is. And if y'all hear kids in the background or any other fun things, then that is just the way it will be. Today I'm actually filming when my kids are in school. I normally work full-time, but I took the summer off. Oh my gosh, I clearly can't talk and stick at the same time. But I took the summer off in order to hang with the kids. They are ages 6 and 8. And I decided that Friday, I decided a certain day was going to be my last day because I really, really, really wanted to have today to myself before I was completely surrounded by all of the kid love for the whole summer. And so today is my do what I want day. And clearly I wanted to make dividers for my planner. Okay. At least there's a lot of birds singing today. It's always a nice background noise. Oh yeah, I am very, 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 very happy with this. Okay, so this is what it looks like up close. I really, really like it. I was super worried that these were going to be too big, but I just love it. So I've got my months, my weeks, my days, and my notes. So what I'm not decided on yet is how I'm going to mark all of my individual notes pages. For example, these are all of my monthly trackers, and right now it's just a sticky note. I've got my book log tracker here, and those I use very regularly, so I'm wondering if I need to just create extra tabs here. My food inventory I use pretty regularly. My pets I don't, so I might just take that sticky note off. And then just more lists. This is my kids stuff. This is my gardening. And so I'm wondering if maybe for those back ones, I could just use these, but I really like the way these look. So I think I can fit one more on here, and then I would have to go back. I think that's might be what I do. Okay, so I think I'll do a page for trackers, and then I think I will use this to mark all of my individual notes pages. So I think what I'll do is I'll speed this whole part up just because I've been sitting here randomly chatting and not chatting for a hot minute. And then I will choose my vellums, create all of those other ones, and then I'll show you the end product. All right, voiceover time. So in the next couple of minutes, I'll just kind of briefly explain what I'm doing. So I am going to try and create enough tabs to where there are 8 total tabs. I think that's what it was. So there's 4 in the front row and 4 in the back row. I am going to create tabs for my monthly trackers. I'm going to create a tab for my book log, my food inventory, and my menus, because those are the pages that I utilize the most in this book, and I just really want easy, quick access to those pages. I am going to have some leftover tabs that I'm not really going to know what to do with, and so I'm just going to kind of like randomly put pieces of vellum in my book and really hope that I don't hate it later. And so I'm going to be doing a little bit of rearranging here in just a second, because I end up deciding that I want to move the notes tab to the very back and the monthly trackers tab in the very front. So I'm essentially trying to put all of the tabs in order of the way they fall in the book. And my habit trackers fall prior to my note pages. And so I'm just trying to make sure that for me and my brain, everything kind of makes sense, because I feel like the littlest things will add so much value to your planner, and it'll keep me interested, and it'll make me want to stay in my planner longer. It will hopefully prevent me also from planner hopping. I've been using this one for quite a while. I'm also doing the digital over at MakseLife, and I really love digital goals, but for some reason paper planning I've just been missing it. I've just been missing putting pen to paper. So I'm just trying to make little tiny adjustments to each one of these planners, and that way I stay in it a little bit longer. So this whole process, just so you guys know, because I've done about 10 times of speed on these last few minutes of my video, but the entire process of all of this took me a little over an hour, and it was in multiple sessions because I had to go pick up kids from school and just a whole bunch of other things. So if you ever choose to do this process, it might take you a little while, and you might have to do it in multiple batches. And if that is the case, just don't get frustrated, just stick with it, because it's one of those projects that you know it is going to pay off in the long run. But it did take me about an hour. The real-time footage for this entire video was an hour and 5 minutes. So it was definitely an investment process, and I'm actually really glad that I chose to do it on one of the days that I did not have to work and one of the days that I had the kids in school. So that was a blessing as well. Okay, so here I am. I'm finally done. I've got my months, I've got my weeks, and then I have my days. I ended up rearranging some of the tabs, and this is my monthly trackers, and then I have my books, and then I have my food log, and then I have the pages for my menus. And then these last three were just completely randomly placed because I needed to space 3 more tabs so everything looked even when the book was closed. So I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me today. Thank you so much for chilling and watching me in all of this mess. I'm actually extremely happy with how everything turned out. So I appreciate you, and if you have any questions, definitely leave me a comment down below. And if you end up trying this, please definitely tag me on Instagram and let me see it too. Have a good one. Thank you.